Your heart has a natural rhythm, a beat that drives you forward. So the minute something's out of sync, turn to Hackensack Meridian Health, one of the nation's leading cardiovascular programs. This is where you'll find the power of possible. Leading specialists bringing you breakthroughs sooner, advanced rehab that gets you moving faster, and everything's perfectly orchestrated so your world never misses a beat. Hackensack Meridian Health. Life years ahead.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Ron Fix. This is Coast to Coast Radio, and this is getting very interesting. Cleveland Cavaliers defeat the Golden State Warriors. They stay alive. They win at home 137-16. It was a complete beatdown, and it was from start to finish. And it was very, I don't know, I have some criticisms, I have some praises. Criticism for Golden State and praises for Cleveland, of course. The game started out, you know, of course the Cavaliers are going to have a sense of urgency, but man, Golden State was casual, trying to close out our team, trying to win and go undefeated and make history, and they were awfully casual. Man. And it showed, giving up 49 points. It was 49-33 at the end of the first quarter, and Cleveland got to the line 20 times. Now, about 5 or 6 of them were quite questionable, but anyway, they were more aggressive. So they deserved to have that lead because they outplayed Golden State. They were casual. I tell you, one play that signified it was Steph Curry was dribbling the ball up the court, and Thompson kind of trapped him, and he couldn't get around Tristan Thompson at the half court. And he kind of just casually dribbled the ball for his foot. I'm like, come on, man. This is game 4. Come on, pick it up a little. And Cleveland did what they were supposed to do. Kyrie came out gunning like he normally does, but he was hitting 3-point shots this time. So that was big. And they really, really, really played well. Kevin Love was terrific hitting 3-point shots. Tristan Thompson set the tone by getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound when the game was in the balance in the first quarter. And the game was won in the first quarter. And that's where they completely dominated. And it was nip and tuck after that. And then the Warriors pulled away. The Cavaliers pulled away late and won the game 137-116. 137. That's too many points. And LeBron didn't have to go crazy. He had a triple-double. He passed Michael Jordan as far as scoring. So, and you're going to see a lot more players past legends because of the advent of the three-point shot. I think Kevin Durant's going to end up doing it too. Steph Curry could do it. James Harden is going to end up doing it. You're going to see a lot of numbers eclipsed, a lot of all-time great numbers eclipsed. That doesn't mean they're still the greatest at what they did back in the 90s and 2000, early 2000 and 80s. Not according to me, because I know better than to just push all-time great players aside, but that was a great accomplishment by him. And he didn't have to go crazy where he gave so much LeBron completely winded because Kevin Love picked up the slack, shooting 6 of 8 from 3, and Jared Smith was solid with 15 points. And it was 15 points without taking crazy shots and dumb fouls. And so that helped. But Kyrie had 7 rebounds. You know, he had 4 assists. He rarely passes the basketball, but he had 4 assists, and that was big. Tristan Thompson had 5 assists. Of course, LeBron had 11 assists. But, man, when Tristan Thompson's dropping dimes, you know you're getting blown out. There's just their whole team was engaged defensively. Richard Jefferson has had 2 really good series, playing out of his mind. He only had 8 points, but he's just been giving you effort. And the bench was just better. Now, it's going to be a little different going to Golden State. This was a good win by Cleveland, but it's going to be a little different going to Golden State. Because now Golden State's bench will play a little better. But I told everybody that it's not much of a difference between Golden State and Cleveland. Cleveland blew Game 3. And now how much difference does it make going back 2-2 with a blowout, with a lot of momentum, thinking about last year and thinking, hey, if we get Game 5, we'll close on Game 6, and we're gonna be considered one of the greatest. And then LeBron, they'll say he's the greatest because he beat a really great team with Durant. But now you're down 3-1 because Golden State still got what they want. You're down 3-1 going back to Golden State. I mean, Golden State's got a lot of pressure on them. But you're not missing Draymond Green, and you're adding Kevin Durant. There'll be pressure, but Golden State's going to be really anxious licking on them. And Cleveland knows that, but Cleveland has to be happy that they don't have to deal with all the criticism of, oh, man, we got swept. We didn't show up, you know. But there was also tension in the game. Zaza Pachulia with a cheap shot on Iman Shumpert. He's clumsy and he could be a little bit of a cheap shot artist. Zaza Pachulia, I know he rebounds. He's a little. You don't need the nonsense, especially if you're trying to win a championship. You know, as Draymond Green thought he was ejected and wasn't, and it was kind of crazy near the end. But Green is going to be playing. But just I don't know. But now they were both drawing at each other, LeBron James and Kevin Durant. That's going to be interesting. Golden State's going to be fired up for Game 5. But it's tension. You know, they're probably sick of each other. They're playing each other for the third time in a row. And, you know, now you got thoughts of, okay, it's Cleveland. You know, we came back from 3-1. Let's see if we can come back from 3-0. Game 5 is going to be interesting psychologically. I think that Kyrie is going to have to get 35 again. I think LeBron's going to have to, because the bench, you're not going to get that kind of bench production. You might not get Kevin Love going off in Golden State. So I think LeBron knows he's going to have to get between 40 and 50 points for them to have a chance. And then Kyrie Irving's going to have to get between 30 and 40 points. Maybe 40, probably 40. And then LeBron's going to have to get around 40 to 50 points. And then Love could chip in with 15. And then you'll just add, because Golden State's going to play a lot better. Curry and Thompson. Thompson didn't do anything. Curry didn't do much offensively. He had 10 assists for 14 points. Did shoot the ball well. Was just casual. And you're trying to close out and you're casual. So they'll play a lot better. But I think LeBron will play a lot better. And Kyrie's unguardable when he's hitting the three. When he's not, he's still going to get layups because of his uncanny ability to score. Can he pass it a little more? If he can pass it a little more, that gives Cleveland a chance. And I give Cleveland a chance. I like Golden State to finish them off, but it'll be a tough game. The home crowd will be anxious but loud. They'll look to finish them, to make a mark, to go 15-1 in the finals. In the playoffs, to tie the LA Lakers mark of 2001. But they don't look to just win. And if Cleveland could have not choked Game 3, you're talking about pressure, going back to Game 5, and all the momentum in the world. I mean, Cleveland has some momentum, but they're still down 3-0. Kevin Durant's going to be very anxious and very fired up, and that crowd's going to be fired up to get Cleveland out of there. It's going to be interesting psychologically, but we can put some stuff to bed here about this Golden State team being the greatest ever. Let's cut the nonsense out. I think they're a very good team, and if they win Game 5, their bench hasn't been great. Iguodala hasn't scored as much. I don't know. The bench doesn't move me at all. David West is solid. You know, he gives you 6. He's a little older. James McAdoo is not that great. He's not And then Iguodala is giving you 4 points. He's not playing up to his par. JaVale McGee is solid. McCall's a rookie. Livingston gives you 10 points. Clark is okay. So for them to be great, like I said, they got to win this year, next year, and then that would be 3 out of 4 now. I'll think about it. But not right now. Not right now. Let's see if they get Game 5. But if they went undefeated, everybody would have overreacted and been a theater of the moment. I'm not that guy. There's no bigs playing in here. So, yeah, I don't know how you compare with the all-time greats. And then factor in the fact that the all-time greats would have the training, all the training and all the up-to-date. You give Larry Bird 2017, he's more in shape with his skill set, his ability to post you up and score, his ability to pass just like LeBron. He would be more athletic. He could be even greater. You're talking about Magic and all these other guys, and you give them 2017 training regimens. Forget it. Plus with the bigs, with Parrish and those guys. Yeah. You know, the NBA wasn't created in 2004. Don't listen to the stat geeks that throw stats out there. Stats are important, but in the NBA, in a five-man sport, winning and moments and taking care of business and championships are big in this. And baseball, stats are important because of a 162-game season, and it's a better talent evaluation mechanism because of the fact that it's a 9-man sport and it's different. And the team is more the team. But in the NBA, it's more the individual because the 5-man sport player is the alpha dog. I saw one guy put up a dumb caption about, hey, you can't say Michael Jordan's the best because Russell had 11 championships. Now if it's about the championships, why isn't he the greatest? Because he's not a perimeter player, number one. Centers are judged differently, number two, for whatever reason. Number three, as far as perimeter players are concerned, Michael Jordan went to 6 finals in 8 years and won 6. Now LeBron has gone to 8 and won 3 so far. And if he loses this year, it'll be 3-5. I like the 6-0. And they played tough competition, if not tougher, probably tougher competition with the Utah teams and Portland teams, and tougher mentally. So don't listen to the nonsensical back and forth on Facebook and then ESPN creating dumb articles about does LeBron James play tougher competition. He doesn't. Don't be stupid. Come on. If you're going to talk about basketball, talk about basketball. The guy's an all-time great player, but we see where I'm going to put him. Let's see what happens in this playoff. Let's see what Kevin Durant does to score. Because if Kevin Durant makes a run, maybe Kevin Durant becomes a greater player. So you got to be careful with that. And it's going to be interesting to see how Kevin Durant comes out. Oh, looking forward to talking about this Monday to see if the Golden State will be champs, or is it going to be Monday night's the game. So I'm going to try to get Andrew Flower on and talk about that. Game 5.
Your heart has a natural rhythm, a beat that drives you forward. So the minute something's out of sync, turn to Hackensack Meridian Health, one of the nation's leading cardiovascular programs. This is where you'll find the power of possible. Leading specialists bringing you breakthroughs sooner, advanced rehab that gets you moving faster, and everything's perfectly orchestrated so your world never misses a beat. Hackensack Meridian Health. Life years ahead.
Support for this podcast and the following message comes from UJA Federation of New York, celebrating 100 years of doing good together. At UJA, it's easy to get involved with the causes you care about. Whether it's fighting poverty, caring for the elderly, or combating anti-Semitism, UJA helps you impact more people in more places. Whatever you do, be a mensch. Make time for good at UJAFedNY.org.